Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Union High School for this afternoon's varsity football contest between the Falcons of Woodinville and your Union Titans. At this time, if you please rise if able and respectfully remove your hats. So return the microphone over to Union Junior Sophia Novakoa. We honor America with our national anthem.
Oh, All right, welcome to Friday Night Lights. My name's Ryan Vassmeyer. I'm here with Kyle Bleeke. We are here just in time for kickoff with the Union Titans and the Woodinville Falcons. Woodinville has elected to go ahead and receive. They won the coin toss as we are getting underway. And that ball is going to go ahead and roll into the end zone. That's going to come out for a touchback. Welcome here. It's Friday night. We are here. Thank you for joining us on Comcast Channel 328 for those of you in the local area. For those of you who are watching online, thank you so much at the EPS Sports Network. Kyle, what are your thoughts to start tonight?
We have a heck of a game. We get to see how Union responds from last week's field goal situation. We get to see a rematch from about 357 days ago. Ryan, can you tell us a little bit about that game?
Yeah, almost a year to the date. Union did lose to the Woodinville Falcons 44-23. That took place on September 13th of last year. So Titans are certainly looking to go ahead and get some revenge tonight as the Falcons start their first drive. That ball was handed off to the running back, Santiago Hernandez, and it's going to be a short gain of about 3.
Looked like Blake Childreth on the tackle there. Both teams last week losing by a field goal. Again, it's going to be I'm fascinated to see how both teams respond here. It's not a league game, but you never want to be 0-2 to start the year.
Yeah, both teams coming off a struggled season last year. Both teams having losing records. It should be a really tight game. This one's tossed out to number 15, Owen Milnes. And it looks like he's going to be able to get enough for the first down.
Mo'u Latoya takes him down, but again, like Ryan says, they are going to move the chains there.
The quarterback for the Falcons tonight, number 4, true freshman, Drew Sorensen. I guess in high school they're all true freshmen, aren't they?
Not too many redshirt freshmen in high school, no.
Sorensen's got Hernandez just off to his right. He hands the ball off to him. He finds a hole up the middle. He breaks 2 tackles. Third tackle, he's making his way through. That's going to be a big gain for the Falcons. Union ultimately bringing them down on their own 47-yard line.
It's a good little replay.
Yeah, you see Hernandez just finding his way through the middle.
Like he's covered in butter or something, just breaking tackles all over the place out there.
Yeah, ultimately looks like that was number 6, Blake Childreth, with another tackle. Another handoff to Hernandez. He's going to get about a gain of about 4 on this carry.
Noah Cruz-Ross takes him down there. Woodinville's going to keep just pushing forward. Up to the 43 here. Second down, 6 to go.
Sorensen's going to hand this one off to Hernandez again. Hernandez trying to bounce around, trying to get to the outside, unsuccessful. But he does get another gain of about 4 yards. That's going to go ahead and bring up 3rd down and 1.
If it's not broke, don't fix it, right? Just keep feeding him the ball. And
if you get 4 yards on every carry, you're going to win a football game.
Santiago Hernandez up to 4 carries already here in about 3 minutes into the game. It's going to be a penalty.
Yep, that's going to go ahead and back the Falcons up. Looks like it was the far receiver, Rohan Darmaj. Just getting a little antsy on the line. That will turn it into 3rd and 6. A little bit different play call than 3rd and 1. Got a 3-receiver set down here on the near side of your screen. There's a good shot of Sorensen. This time he's looking to pass. He fires one over the middle, almost intercepted, but it's going to hit the ground.
Almost intercepted and almost caught again. And that would have been Santiago Hernandez on the catch there, too. He's just all over the field.
He's all over the place.
All of a sudden, Woodinville's looking at 4th down here. Looks like they're going to keep their offense on the field, though. Good opportunity here for the Titans if they can hold the line.
Titans showing blitz. Sorensen's going to go ahead and punt this one himself. That ball is going to take a Union bounce. It's ultimately going to be spotted down right at the 15-yard line. Union's going to go ahead and take that over to start their first offensive drive of the game from their own 15.
Interesting play there. I would imagine Union knowing that they have that capability to punt on 4th down, faking to go for it. I'm curious if they pull the old switcheroo later into the game.
Yeah, they certainly could. Lay the groundwork, set it up for later if you need it. All right, the Union offense is going to go ahead and take the field. It looks like starting quarterback tonight is going to be number 14, Gabe Kilgris. Last week for Union, we saw 3 different quarterbacks.
Kilgris played the 2nd and 4th quarter, starting in the 1st quarter tonight.
Kilgris is going to look deep on his first play, and that ball is going to be dropped, almost intercepted. The target there was number 2, Kellen Brown.
Devon Felton all over Brown out wide. Nearly came up with the interception. Here's a good replay.
Yeah, Kilgris just deciding to go deep. Ball just, I don't know if that ball was overthrown or if Felton is just that much taller than what Brown is.
Yeah, pretty interesting. He does look fairly tall out there. Statement pass from Union. First play of the game, just go right at him.
Adam Olson with that carry. That's going to be a gain of 5. That brings up 3rd and 5 from the 20.
Now, Adam Olson last week was automatic for 4 to 7 yards every single carry. He had over 130 yards rushing last week.
On 22 carries.
22 carries, very efficient, and Union just fed him. It's going to be interesting to see if they do the same tonight. 3rd and 5 here right now.
Kilgris looking for his target over the middle, trying to find Tobias Chappell. That ball's going to fall incomplete. That brings up 4th down and 5.
And for that ball to drop, too, he was really going to have to thread the needle there. There were 3 or 4 Woodinville Falcons right around him. Union going 4 and out. Going to punt it right back to the Falcons here. Santiago Hernandez back to receive.
And the punt is away. And it's going to be fair caught at the Union 48-yard line. The kicker for the Titans tonight is going to be Joshua Fitch.
Head coach for the Titans just talking to Mo Ulatoya, one of the Titan defensive linemen here. Back in at quarterback is Sorensen.
Sorensen's going to come out to start this drive with an empty backfield. He's got a 5-receiver set, and he's got Hernandez in motion. That ball's going to be handed off Hernandez cutting his way around the corner up to the middle. He's going to go ahead and earn himself a first down as the ball spotted on the Union 37-yard line.
Braden Kohler coming into the game for the Titans. Noah Cruz-Ross going to sit out this play here.
Receiver in motion for the Falcons. The ball's handed off to Hernandez. This time Hernandez can't get around the corner. He's only going to get, looks like they spotted it as no gain. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Looked like Tobias Chappell on the tackle. Got to him early. Able to take him down. Hernandez still in the backfield here.
Low snap. That ball is going to be caught by Owen Milnes. That's going to be a big gain. Good throw there from Drew Sorensen, the quarterback. Moves the chains and brings them into 1st and goal.
There's a good replay. Kellen Brown on coverage.
Yeah, Sorensen just finds Milnes cutting over the middle. Milnes did a great job to go up and get that ball.
Decent coverage, good throw, even better catch. It's going to put Falcons inside the red zone here.
1st and goal from the 8. Sorensen's going to hand this one off to Hernandez. Hernandez going to get a slight gain. It looks like a gain of about 1. It's going to bring up 2nd and goal from the 7.
A couple of Titans coming off the field here. Last week, Union really wasn't in this position too often. Defense back on their own goal line. See if they can hold firm here.
Sorensen rolls out. He's looking for Chase Balin. That ball is going to be incomplete as Balin not able to go ahead and bring that one in. Balin in addition to the backfield for the Falcons.
Several new Woodinville players coming onto the field now. To give a go at 3rd down. See Hernandez standing back with Sorensen here. Hernandez has been pretty much automatic for 5 a carry.
So Sorensen rolls out to the right, trying to get out of the pocket. Finds, that's going to be number 8, Sawyer Munson. He is going to go out of bounds. It's going to bring up 4th and goal from the 40-yard line.
Tough to tell what the, looks like we are going to bring on the field goal unit here. Looks to be Jordan Connolly on the kick.
It looks like the attempt is going to be by Gavin Watts. We've got a delay of game penalty called on the Falcons, so that's going to go ahead and back them up 5. Field goal team is going to stay on the field here, so Gavin Watts is going to go ahead and attempt the 19-yard field goal. See if they can strike first in this game tonight. Hold is good. Line drive, and that one's going to be good for 3. So that go ahead and puts 3 points on the board for the Woodinville Falcons. 19-yard field goal converted by Gavin Watts.
Early 3-0 lead here for Woodinville. Union went 4 and out last possession. Let's see how they respond in this second drive here.
Kyle, this game has a very similar feel to how the evening game started last week.
It does. I don't remember Union going 4 and out too often. I know they didn't have to punt. They just kind of turned it over a bunch last week. We're going to see if they keep feeding their backfield and see if they can kind of do some damage on the ground game. I am fully on board with a repeat of last week, though.
Last week was great. If those of you who are not aware, it was a real barn burner. Union ended up losing to Evergreen in overtime, but it was a great game. And in the 5-6 years I've been doing this, probably one of the best high school football games that I've ever been a part of. So if you want a treat, go ahead and go back and watch that one. All right, we've got Gavin Watts lined up on the 40 to go ahead and kick this ball away. Looks like it's Kellen Brown and Adam Olson to receive. Olson going to receive that at the 8. He finds his way up the middle, looking for additional holes, and he's ultimately going to be brought down on the 40-yard line. So a good return for Adam Olson to start this drive out.
And that's going to be the man to watch out for all game, too. As far as Union goes, they're going to give him the block and see what he can do with it. Kilgore staying in here again. Here's a good replay of this return.
Yeah, Olson just slicing and dicing his way. Ultimately brought down right there at the 40-yard line.
Some good blocking by Union and no hesitation from Olson as well. Kilgore staying in, and like Ryan mentioned last week, we saw sort of a constant shuffle back at quarterback for the Titans.
Slight delay as we get the kicking tee off the field. All right, Kilgore has Olson off to his left. That ball is going to be fumbled. It looks like the Falcons have recovered. We're going to see what the official call is.
It's a Woodinville ball. I don't know if that was necessarily a forced fumble there, but Woodinville has definitely recovered, and there's a replay.
Yeah, the ball's handed off to Olson. Olson just never had it. It just kind of slipped right through his basket.
Yeah, it looked almost like Kilgris kind of changed his mind there on the option. Regardless, Falcons are going to take over on the 30-yard line.
And that's a big story that's continuing from last week with Union is turnovers. They had 4 last week that ultimately resulted in them losing the football game. They've got 1 in the first quarter here.
Sure. Four's, a ton. If you have 3, you win the game last week.
Yeah.
So let's see if they can tidy that up here.
Tidy that up or tighten that up? I do have to give, I got to give Kyle credit for that one. He said it in the pregame, and I just couldn't help myself.
We'll be using that pun very frequently here throughout the game.
All right, 2nd and 10 for the Falcons. We've got Sorensen with Hernandez just off to his right.
2nd and 10, back to Hernandez.
Hernandez is going to go ahead and get a gain of 2 as he fights his way through the middle.
A slew of Titan defenders there. I believe that was Sean Mitchelltree first to the ball. So Union so far 3 and out and a fumble on the first play.
Yeah.
Not a great start for the offense. Defense is holding firm.
Sorensen looking deep. That one's going to be tossed right out of bounds. Missed his target. Looks like his target was number 8.
Now this is something we briefly...
Sawyer Munson.
This is something we briefly talked about last week too, where we had the luxury of seeing Evergreen's kicker make it from what had to be 40 plus. This is probably too deep for Woodinville to go for another field goal here, but very interesting situation. You can't punt. You go for it on fourth.
Yeah, we got fourth and 7, 4th and 8. Sorensen finds his target this time. He's going to find Owen Milnes in the end zone. That's going to be a touchdown for the Falcons. That brings the score to 9-0 with an extra point upcoming.
Woodinville converts on the 4th and long and adds some points to the board. Titans down 9-0 so far.
Falcons coming out for the extra point try.
Watts back on the kick.
Holds good. Kick is through the uprights. That's going to bring the score to 10. The Woodinville Falcons starting off strong here in the first quarter with a 10-0 lead over the Union Titans. See this replay of the touchdown. Sorensen just finding Milnes wide open as he slants towards the middle.
Great run and great play call there for Woodinville. And I don't think this is Union football yet. So 10-0, I don't think it's a safe lead by any means. This is not the Union we've seen from years past, even when they struggled last year or last week at all.
Yeah, I mean, Union certainly has some firepower in the receivers and in the running game. And so this game is far, far from over. The first two possessions for Union, not how they want to start, right? A 3-and-out, and then ultimately a fumble on 1st and 10 after a good reception from Adam Olson. It is Olson and Brown back again to receive. This kick a little shorter. It's going to be fair caught.
You don't see too many fair catches on a kickoff, but that's A-OK. Union's going to start right around the 20-yard line.
Yeah, Quentin Quasey, the one to bring that one in. With Adam Olson's big return off the previous kickoff, we may see more kickoffs like this as the game continues.
It does look like there has been a quarterback shift for the Titans. I want to say that's Armani Tonga back there.
It is. This time handed off to Kason Specht. Specht makes the corner around the outside. It's going to be a gain of 18.
Lucas Redmond with the initial tackle slowdown, but Blaine Hager brings him down. By far the most, the biggest play for the Titans so far tonight. Out to the 37 now.
So we got Armani Tonga in his quarterback for the Unions. Specht lined up just off to his left. Tonga looking downfield across the middle. He's got Kellen Brown. Brown unable to go ahead and bring this in. He is going to draw a flag. We'll see what the penalty call is, but in that area of the field, it's going to be pass interference. Most likely.
And what we saw last week also, Armani Tonga seems to be the most mobile of the Union quarterback trio. We're going to see if they use that to their advantage here. It is going to be a pass interference. Automatic first down for the Titans.
Ball is going to be spotted at the Woodinville 48, the first time Union in Woodinville territory. Here's the replay.
I think that's a pretty good call there. It looked like he definitely started to take him down initially.
Hands on the shoulder. Tonga hands this one off to Specht. Specht trying to find his way through the tackles. He's going to get a gain of 3 on the play. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Not seeing Adam Olson on the field. Let's see if they stick with these two guys. Seems to be working so far. Granted, one of them was a big gain on a penalty.
If you remember last week, Kyle, they rotated Specht and Olson out almost the same time that they did quarterbacks as well. So we'll see if it's a chemistry thing between the quarterbacks and running backs. Tonga keeps this one. He's ultimately going to go ahead and get Broughton down for a loss.
Going to be about a 3-yard loss for the Titans.
And that ball's going to be spotted on the Union 49-yard line. That brings up 3rd and 13.
Olsen still not on the field, sticking with the Tonga Specht duo.
Tonga looking downfield.
Right through the hands of Porter Heitch. I'm sorry, that was Logan Althusius.
Yeah, hit Althusius right there in the hands. Althusius just not able to go ahead and bring it in. It brings up 4th down, 4th and long. Joshua Fish, the punter for Union.
Hernandez back to receive again, right around the 20-yard line. Play clock down to 3. Now, was this a penalty or was this a...
I don't know if they got... It is going to be delay a game. I wasn't sure if Union got a timeout call.
Yeah, I didn't see any flags out there, but...
Yeah, so it's going to back him up 5. That brings up 4th and 18. Still a punting situation here for Joshua Fish.
Again, almost looked just a little uncharacteristically sloppy from Union, bringing on the 11th man right at the very end, just kind of losing track of time. See if they can tighten that up here.
Fish gets the punt off. Fair catch was called by Santiago Hernandez. And that ball is going to be spotted on the Falcon 28-yard line.
And the quarterback running back tandem for Union, almost like battery mates in baseball with a pitcher catcher. You don't see that too often, especially at any level of football, really. Kind of curious to see what they do with their next possession here. For the time being, we're going to see the Woodinville offense back on the field.
Sorensen finds his target, Roman Darmage, for a quick gain of 5.
Logan Althusius ultimately takes him down. Just under a minute left in the first quarter here. 10-0 Woodinville.
Sorensen's got trip receivers down here near the bottom of your screen. He hands this one off to Hernandez. Hernandez trying to break up field. And he's going to go ahead and get the first down. That ball's going to be spotted on the 40-yard line.
Althusius again on the tackle. Woodinville looking to get one more play off before the end of Q1.
Sorensen hands this one off to Hernandez again. Hernandez is going to go ahead and get a gain of 3 out of that.
Great tackle from Sean Mitchelltree, getting to him right around the line of scrimmage.
And that's going to go ahead and bring it into the first quarter. We've got the Woodinville Falcons 10, the Union Titans 0, as we swap sides of the field here and we move into quarter 2. As we swap sides here, Woodinville being successful on offense, being able to move the ball down the field. The running game with Santiago Hernandez at the helm of the running backs, taking the majority of the workload in that first quarter. The one passing play that the Falcons were able to convert did end up in a touchdown, and that was credited to Owen Milnes on a long 4th and long conversion. 2nd and 7. Santiago finds Braden Bartoletti just on the flat. And they are going to spot that ball right at the 50-yard line, and it is going to be first down. So first down and 10 for the Woodinville Falcons. This time Hernandez scoots up towards the line. Sorensen is looking downfield. He finds his target towards the middle. That's Roman Darmaj with the big completion. He's ultimately brought down at the 10-yard line, but that's a big passing play for the Woodinville Falcons. Sorensen here immediately looking downfield and finds Darmaj wide open. Looks like it was Bo Newman ultimately who brought Darmaj down right there at the 10-yard line. We're going to have first and goal from the 10. Sorensen has Hernandez lined up just off to his right. He does hand the ball off. He's going to be immediately stopped for no gain. That's going to bring up 2nd and goal. After the big pass play by the Falcons, that brings their total of pass plays tonight to 2. And they are sitting 2 for 2 for those pass attempts.
Strategy so far is pretty evident. Give it to Hernandez, keep it on the ground, and chug along.
The Falcons are going to go ahead and take a timeout here, take a minute to regroup, figure out a game plan as we're sitting 2nd and goal with just over 10 minutes remaining in the first half.
Union's secondary was tested a little bit last week, but definitely looking a little shaky here in the early goings tonight. But yet again, we are spoiled with a beautiful Friday evening here at McKenzie Stadium.
You know, I was working outside today, and it has been cloudy and overcast all day long. The moment I got to the stadium today, skies opened up, and it's been beautiful.
You can't beat it, man.
Out of the timeout. Looks like we got a small uniform issue for the Titans. So we're going to have Luis Aguayo check in for Adam Olson.
Adam Olson needs to get bandaged up here is what it looks like.
All right, 2nd and goal. Here we go. Sorensen with Hernandez just off to his right. Sorensen looking to pass, and he finds his target, Braden Bartoletti, wide open in the corner of the end zone. That's going to be another touchdown for the Woodinville Falcons.
Yeah, not a single Titan within about 45 yards. Bartoletti there, he's a good replay.
Yeah, Sorensen, I mean, there's nobody close to Bartoletti.
That's legitimately 15, 20 yards away. I'm not sure what sort of confusion happened within the Union secondary, but again, not the showing they wanted to start off here with.
So Gavin Watts with his 2nd extra point try of the evening coming up here. And that's going to be a line drive into his own offensive line. And that extra point is going to be no good. It leaves the score Woodinville Falcons 16, the Union Titans 0, with 10 minutes left to play here in the 2nd quarter.
A couple of punts and a fumble for Union so far. Let's see if they can get back on track here. Adam Olson back on the field. Definitely looks to have that knee taken care of. I'm not sure about the turf nowadays. I know way back when you go down to tie your shoe, you come up and your knees are definitely pretty scraped. So I'm kind of curious to.
I mean, you're dating yourself there. I mean, along with me, I mean, that old Ashford, that was nasty to play on. Might as well have been a Brillo pad.
It was sandpaper. It looks to be a little bit friendlier nowadays.
It certainly is. Got Adam Olson and Kellen Brown back to receive for the Titans. It's going to be another shorter pooch. Kellen Brown going to go ahead and receive, but he muffs it. He is able to recover. The Union Titans are going to go ahead and start their drive on their own 25-yard line. The Falcons really trying to avoid putting the ball into Kellen Brown or Adam Olson's hands on those kickoffs.
Adam Olson is definitely, we talked about him a little bit before the game, somebody you definitely want to keep your eye on, but he has been, Woodinville able to keep him in neutral here to start off the game. If Union does get him moving, they are a force to be reckoned with. But this is going to be the Tonga Spec tandem again.
I was curious who they were going to send out for their first offensive drive in the 2nd quarter. This ball is handed off to Kellen Brown. Kellen Brown trying to break around to the outside. He's going to be brought down right at the near side hash mark. It's going to be a gain of about 8. It's going to bring up 2nd and 2.
Braden Bartoletti takes him down there. He was the last Falcon to catch that ball in the touchdown.
Tonga finds, looking for Tobias Chappell over the middle. Chappell certainly had created some space between him and his defender. The ball was just overthrown slightly high, not able to bring it in.
Good look there. Definitely seems to be, Titans definitely trusting Tonga to pass more often than the other quarterbacks. Even last week is kind of how that seemed. Speck moves to the right side of Tonga.
This time the ball's handed off to Speck. Speck tried to make his way up the middle. He does get enough for the first down. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the Union Titan 38.
Jalen Coleman just stops him in his tracks there. Tobias Chappell comes off the field. Adam Olson in at running back here. That's the first play we've seen with Tonga Olson.
Tonga dropping back to pass, finds his way back up into the pocket, but he's going to get brought down for a loss.
Noah Folks takes him down behind the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be a loss of 3. That brings up 2nd and 13 from the Union Titan 35. Olson lined up just off to Tonga's left. This time his ball's handed off to Adam Olson. Adam Olson finds his way up the middle. He's going to get a gain of about 5. Maybe 6. That brings up call it 3rd and 7.
Looked like Connor Sybrant on the tackle there. Big play here for Union.
That's a bad snap. Tonga's able to go ahead and pick that one up. He starts his run. He breaks out. He finds his way into the secondary. And that's a big run and a big play by the Union Titans, what could have been disastrous. That ultimately moves the chains as the Titans move into Falcons territory.
Jonah Levengood takes him down. Here's a replay of Tonga's.
Yeah, it was just a bad snap, and Tonga was able to go ahead and scoop it up and takes off with it.
Yeah,
had some good blocks.
Making something out of nothing there. Huge, huge gain for Union. Yeah, at that point, even if you recover the fumble, again, you're looking at 4th down and a punt. Now you have a fresh set of downs inside Woodinville territory. Huge play from Tonga.
Yeah. Adam Olson still in as the running back. It's not Adam Olson, but Tonga goes ahead and tries to find his receiver. Looks like it was number 42, Caleb Cruz, the sophomore tight end. The incompletion will bring up 2nd and 10. 7 minutes to play. Clock stopped due to the incompletion. It is Kaysen Specht in as the running back, lined up just to the right of Armani Tonga. And we're going to get a timeout by the Union Titans. Coach Payne not liking what he saw as the offense lined up. He'll take a moment to regroup. Coach Payne for Union, not afraid to use his timeouts early. We saw that last week, which ultimately almost got him into trouble a couple times. His clock was winding down late in the first half and the game.
It did work out about as good as it could have.
Yeah.
Aside from not securing the dub. But as far as time management goes, he seems to know what he's doing out there.
Oh, he certainly does. He certainly knows what he's doing. But yeah, definitely not afraid to use those timeouts early. All right, so we've got Adam Olson checking in at running back.
Triple set out wide. Real wide for Union.
Tonga rolls this one out. Olson with a big block. Tonga trying to find some space. And ultimately they're going to mark it no gain. That brings up 3rd and 10.
Jalen Coleman and Chase Balin on the tackle there. And secondary for Woodinville just locking down the Union receivers in the early going so far.
Tonga trying to find Landon Jenkins. Jenkins not able to go ahead and bring that one in. Ball just a little low. And that brings up 4th down.
Last week, Ryan, we talked about Union, whether it was intentional or not, sort of stumbling into an identity last week. Just the ground and pound, giving the ball to Olsen. A lot of aerial action tonight, though.
Yeah, we've seen the ball. We've seen the offense for Union be a lot more pass heavy so far tonight.
Union showing punt, but Tonga right there. They are going to punt here.
Punt is away off to the far side of the field. That's going to take a Union Titan bounce. And that's going to roll all the way down to the 5-yard line for the Woodinville Falcons. They're going to start that drive over at their own 5. 6 minutes to play.
What a beautiful punt from Fish there.
Yeah, Fish went opposite side. He started here on the near side hash mark.
Another big opportunity for the Titan defense here to keep Woodinville contained inside their own 20-yard line, inside their own 5-yard line. About halfway through the second quarter, Woodinville up 16-0.
Sorensen has Hernandez just off to his right. He's going to hand the ball off to Hernandez. Hernandez breaks a tackle. It gets popped as he makes his way into the secondary. It's going to be a gain of 5. It brings the ball out to the 10-yard line.
Ruben Aguilar takes him down there. Woodinville now on their own 10-yard line.
Bunch set of receivers off to the left for Sorensen. Sorensen pitches this one out to Braden Bordelletti. Bordelletti trying to make the corner. He's going to get a gain of about 6, and that's going to be enough for Falcon first down.
I believe that was Blake Childreth on the tackle there. Good play call from Woodinville. They have an injury for the Titans. I believe that's Mo Ulatoya. Just a defensive anchor for Union.
Yeah, Latoya, I mean, a 6'3", 225-pound senior linebacker. Good to see he's up and moving because that would have been a big loss for the Union Titans.
Yeah, we're already seeing Union without E.J. Tonga, who played a crucial role last week. Really hoping Latoya's all right out there. Luke Holdaway now taking that position.
Sorensen's got a bunch set of receivers here right in the center of the field. Sorensen pitches this one out to Hernandez. Hernandez tries to find his way through the middle. He gets popped after a gain of about 5. There is a flag on the far side of the field.
Tobias Chappell just stops him in his tracks and takes him down.
That was a big hit by Tobias Chappell.
He looked pretty fired up, hoping that lights a fire for Union here.
And it is going to be a holding penalty on the Falcons. That's going to go ahead and back them up. They're going to replay first down. So it's going to back them up to their own 8-yard line. That brings up 1st and 18.
Used to be maybe Gavin Watts in the backfield for Woodinville.
Sorensen does hand it off to Watts. Watts able to break the first contact. It ultimately is going to be no gain.
Childreth first to the ball there.
Watts takes the handoff again, and he's going to get tripped up. Looks like the ball might have been fumbled. It was. Union's going to go ahead and recover that fumble. They're going to take the ball over deep into Falcons territory inside the red zone. That's going to bring up 1st and 10.
Huge play for several reasons there. First off, Mo Latoya back on the field. First to hit Watts. Gets down, and then gets back up and ultimately takes him down and forces the fumble. Here's a good replay.
Yeah, Watts gets tripped up here right in the backfield.
There's Latoya, and still gets back up and takes him down.
Yeah, the ball just slips out, so that brings up 1st and goal for the Titans.
Tonga in at quarterback.
This time they've got Tobias Chappell in the backfield. Tonga keeps this, and he's going to get stopped behind the line of scrimmage as he is taken down by committee by the Falcons.
Lucas Redmond the first to break through the Union offensive line there. Pushes them back to just about the 9-yard line. A lot of indecision on that last play. Let's see if Union can capitalize inside the 10-yard line.
So we've got Gabe Kilgris in his quarterback now for the Titans. Adam Olson back in his running back. Kilgris looking left, scrambling outside the pocket. It looks like he did find his receiver. Looks like that was Blake Childreth.
Childreth shakes loose from Jonah Levengood, able to find the end zone.
Yeah, Childress completes that pass for a touchdown. That puts 6 points up on the board for Union. Childress down on the sideline with an apparent injury. Hopefully that young man's okay. As the Union Titan cheerleaders celebrate the first touchdown of the evening.
Childreth hopping around, but I'm sorry, that is Blake Childreth just hopping around on one foot out there, but trying to get Union hyped up here. Kilgris back to hold.
Joshua Fish, the kicker for the Titans. Could not get a good hold on that, and that field goal is going to be, or the extra point attempt is going to be incomplete. 2 extra points missed tonight, one for each team, leaves the score at 16-6. Here's a replay of that touchdown. You see Kilgris finding Blake Childreth in the corner of the end zone.
What a catch there.
Yeah, he did a great job under pressure, knowing the hit was coming.
16-6 here, 2:43 left in the first half. Exactly what Union needed offensively and defensively, though, forcing the fumble, finding the touchdown. Prior to that fumble, too, we saw Woodinville go with the punt from quarterback Drew Sorensen. giving the ball to Watts, who is their actual punter, kicker, opens up some interesting special team scores as well. Keep an eye on that moving forward. They have the tools at their disposal to fake a punt, fake a kick, get creative on that side.
Yeah, things could certainly get interesting as the night moves on. Back to receive for the Falcons is going to be Santiago Hernandez and Braden Bartoletti. This one's going to be a line drive. It's going to be fielded right around the 20-yard line.
Great tackle from Caleb Cruz there. Out to the 25-yard line.
Two minutes, 39 seconds left remaining in the half as the Falcons start this offensive drive. Each team has 2 timeouts remaining in the first half. Sorensen keeps this one. He tries to find his target along the sideline. He's able to go ahead and hit him. That's a completion. He's brought down inside Titan territory on the 49-yard line. That was Owen Milnes with the big reception.
Great catch there. Kellen Brown on the coverage. Had him covered pretty good. Just a little underthrown, but it works out for Woodinville.
Yeah, Sorensen knew he was going to Milnes right as soon as the ball was snapped. Able to find his target. Bunch receiver set here on the near side of your screen. Sorensen pitches this one out to Hernandez. Hernandez tries to break the corner. He's going to get brought down right at the 45-yard line for Union. It's going to be a 4-yard gain, brings up 2nd and 6.
Ryan Carl takes him down, but again, another reason why Mo Ulatoya is just a defensive wrecker back there, also involved in that play. Second and 6 for Woodinville, looking to extend their lead right before halftime. Couple of missed tackles there. Union able to bring him down right around the 41-yard line. Looking at 3rd and 2 here. Minute 15 before halftime. Like Ryan mentioned, each team with 2 timeouts left. If Woodinville gets this, if they're able to move the chains here, they'll start using those timeouts. Great tackle there, Michael Tights. Scrimmage back, a loss of 1. It was what it looks like. 4th down coming up. Union gonna let the clock. They are going to opt to take the delay of game penalty. Sorry, it looks like timeout Woodinville. Punting from their own, from the Union 42. Union secondary again looking a little shaky, but the Union defensive line really holding strong here. Now, Woodinville did use their quarterback, Drew Sorensen, to punt earlier in the game. Let's see if they do the same here. He did take a knee right around midfield. 7 seconds left. It's going to be Union ball at the 50. I'm sorry, at the around 48. Union with time for 2 plays, more than likely just a single play before halftime here. Bo Newman, Cameron Roy out wide for the Titans. Kilger's back in at quarterback. Going to get taken down at his own 40-yard line. That is going to take us to halftime. Woodinville 16, Union 6. We're going to toss it over to the halftime guys for a recap, and we'll catch you back at the third quarter.
Hello everybody, Matt Griffin here for EPS Sports, our halftime show. I am joined now by Ryan Vassbinder to talk about the first half action between the Woodinville Falcons and the Union Titans. Woodinville up 16-6 right now. Ryan, how important was it for Union to get on the board before halftime?
Oh, it was very important. I mean, Union really struggled offensively, and I think it's a lot of the same as we saw last week in turnovers. Turnovers killed Union last week. They had another one in the first quarter of this week that ended up with a Woodinville Falcons score. Exactly. And so they've got to really tighten their offense up. I think there's some hesitancy there. There's still some indecision on who's QB1 for the Union Titans. They haven't made that decision yet.
Right.
We're seeing, the duo of running backs between Adam Olson and Specht, right? And so they're still trying to figure out the personnel. And so they got to be consistent. They got to be confident in what direction that they want to go, because there's certainly some hesitancy out there.
Yeah, and we mentioned, just right before the half, there was a quarterback keep play, and there was no forward motion after that.
Right.
And he took it for a loss of 9 yards. And so I'd like to see, Union put some forward motion on, even if there's a little confusion on the play calling even.
Yeah, and I mean, you saw, I think they're a little bit more pass heavy than they were last week for the Titans, and that's exciting to see. But their quarterbacks have to be able to hit their targets. There's been a lot of balls that have been overthrown or underthrown tonight, and that's hurt them offensively.
If you're the Titans coach, what do you say to your guys at halftime?
You have to execute, right? You have to come out. We've got a solid game plan. They've had receivers that have been wide open, and they've had holes that the running backs have been able to hit. You just have to be able to execute and get the ball where it needs to be.
Well, and I've noticed, Woodinville has had their own turnovers, and you got to capitalize on those. And thankfully, Union did.
Yeah, they did. They were able to go ahead and capitalize on a Woodinville fumble. The interesting thing with Woodinville is that all their drives are so run heavy. They're utilizing Santiago Hernandez as a workhorse to move the ball down the field. Their 2 touchdowns came from 2 completions in the end zone. So, it's interesting how they spread that offensive workload out.
Right. So, we're talking about tonight's game. Titans certainly not out of it. Signs of playmaking there towards the end of the second quarter. But we want to talk about the controversial play that got so many views last week. Union ended up losing to the Evergreen Plainsmen, who we'll see later tonight playing Puyallup. But there was a field goal attempt and very controversial play. We're going to talk about it, but what I want to do is my coworker Wade Ferguson, our director, he put together the play, and that will be followed by the instant replay, and then we'll come back with our voiceover as you see what he did to kind of lighten up and brighten the video. So let's take a look at this play here, Wade.
So this is going to be a 23-yard field goal from the left hash. The hold's good. The kick is low. And it is Union celebrating. The referees are calling it no good. They're saying the ball went under. I think they're going to talk about it.
Main referee is saying no good. From our angle,
I couldn't tell.
we have a replay.
Here's the replay.
You know what? I don't know.
It's too hard to tell.
That is the way, of course that's the way this game would end. Not end, but just another strange play.
All right, so here it is lightened up, and you can see, and Wade goes back and forth a little bit, and you can see the ball just, it looks to me and Wade like it just hit the bottom of the crossbar and took a slight deflection up, but they ended up saying it was no good, and I believe the man you saw gesticulating in the Union Titans gear was Principal Greg Brown saying
it was.
And certainly you saw the Titans players celebrating, while I think interestingly enough, it looked as though the Plainsman players were looking a little dejected, but then they called it no field goal.
Yeah, they did call it no good. And after looking at it, and I went back and I looked at that night, and I watched it in the replay when it happened live, and in my opinion, the field goal was good. Now, it's tough, right? The
Right.
officials, I mean, it's a tough call to make. It was so close, right? And for it to just barely, in my opinion, barely make it over the bar. But ultimately, I talked to one of the Union coaches after the game last week, and they said, we think it's good. We have a lot of people think it's good, but at the end of the day, we turned the ball over 4 times, and you can't win football games when you turn the ball over 4 times.
Well, and like I talk with you, the purpose of showing this again isn't to cast aspersions at any of our officials, playmakers like that. Things happen sometimes, but I think it was probably good and could have changed the tide of that game and maybe given Union a little more confidence that they seem to be lacking.
It could have. It would have ended the game last week.
Sure.
I mean, it was as time expired. So
right. Well, we're gonna talk about it again from the evergreen perspective during our second game. So stay tuned for that. That's coming up around 7:30 or so. Again, not always time specific because the teams have to have at least 20 minutes of warm-up time between games. So while we get ready for second half action, I want to tell you about some digital art students at Heritage High School who recently teamed up with a visiting teacher and filmmaker from Australia to make a first-of-its-kind movie called The Boomerang Bond.
See, that's where the forest grows thick and the trees are bigger. That's Bigfoot country down there.
I remember hearing a story about an Australian Bigfoot when I was a kid who might have ended up out this way.
How about that? Well, how did that?
Once upon a time,
Okay.
in a place in Western Australia called the Pinnacles, there lived a creature. All hairy, long-armed, big eyes, big teeth, and as the name indicates, big feet. Some say it is a beauty to the desert. To me, it's always just seemed hot, dry, and unforgiving. The Australian Bigfoot didn't mind it so much, but it was pretty lonely. It hadn't seen another Bigfoot ever. Just the occasional kangaroo, emu, bellbird, Spinifex hopping mouse, and python.
What's a Spinifex hopping mouse?
Dinner for a python. One day, it mixed some of the red sand with water and made paste. And with the paste, it wrote a message on a boomerang. It held the boomerang as hard as it could, and for once in its life, hoped it wouldn't come back. It flew and flew and flew, past Uluru, right over the Sydney Opera House, across the Great Barrier Reef, and right across the Pacific Ocean.
Across the ocean? How though?
I reckon magic, one assumes.
Right.
Anyways, as I was saying, across the Pacific Ocean, under the Astoria Bridge, through the San Juan Islands, past the Space Needle, over Old Town.
That route doesn't even make sense. It's flying everywhere. North, south, east, west. That's not even how a boomerang flies. Ah, magic again?
On a serious? Finally, the boomerang flew into the thick forest of the Pacific Northwest and wham! Hit the head of an unsuspecting North American Bigfoot. The forest, as you well know, can be its own type of unforgiving. Rain, wind, cold. But the North American Bigfoot didn't mind it so much. But it was pretty lonely. Just the occasional black-tailed deer, owl, tree frog, and timber wolf. So when it read "Friend Wanted," the reply came quickly. It grabbed some berries and wrote back. It hurled it back as hard as it could. Off it flew. Old Town, Space Needle, San Juan Islands, Astoria Bridge, across the Pacific Ocean, Great Barrier Reef, Sydney Opera House, Uluru, and back to the pinnacles. The Australian Bigfoot was overjoyed.
Magic again.
Precisely. It finally had a mate, a pen pal of sorts, a friend. Back and forth they wrote messages and threw the boomerang to one another, forming a friendship and bond. They talked about anything and everything, what they had in common and what was unique to Australia and the Pacific Northwest. One day the North American Bigfoot had an idea, and it invited the Australian Bigfoot to come and visit, oblivious to the idea of distance and just how treacherous such a journey would be.
Couldn't it just use, magic again?
Strangely, no. Anyway, as I was saying, off it flew. Space Needle, San Juan Islands, Astoria Bridge, the Pacific Ocean, to the Great Barrier Reef. Whomp! A great white shark snatched the boomerang and ate it.
Wait, what? That's it?
Ate it whole. Message never arrived. No invite received. Just end of story. By then I should have been asleep anyway.
Well, that's not how I expected it to end at all. That's bittersweet. I mean, I guess there's lessons to be learned about friendship or something.
I don't know, mate. It's just a cautionary tale about looking out for sharks in the reef. Though I suppose it's one of those stories where you can imagine a different last chapter on your own. I always envisaged the Australian Bigfoot had come to know its friend well enough and wanted to see it anyway. It didn't even need the invitation via boomerang. It probably hiked past Uluru, Old Town, right here to Keegan's Theatre. Two friends together, having fun.
You know, I like that ending. Those two are probably out there playing with each other. They don't even have time to interact with us humans. It's magic. It's the magic of friendship.
One assumes.
Australian educator Toby Hurd for his dedication to the project and helping work with our students, Nathan Younger and teacher Nathan Younger and Principal Derek Garrison over at Heritage High School to make this project a reality. And Nathan Younger and the folks over at Heritage had such a great time with this project. There will be a sequel to the Boomerang Bond sometime later this year, and we will bring it to you when that happens. Right now, that's it for our halftime show. We are just a couple moments away from second half action, where the Woodinville Falcons lead the Union Titans 16-6.
All right, we are back. About a minute to go before we go ahead and start this second half. Woodinville Falcons went into the halftime leading 16-6 over the Union Titans. Kyle, bit of an interesting first half as we started this game today.
Back and forth, a little bit sloppy at times from both teams, but some moments of brilliance on either side as well.
Yeah, I mean, I take a look at the Woodinville Falcons and their offense, and I mean, they have used Santiago Hernandez, their running back, almost extensively between the 30-yard line and the 30-yard line. Really, I mean, he has worked hard, and he has gained a lot of yards on offense. And then you take a look at their two touchdown scores, and they were both complete passes, one to Owen Milnes with the other one to Braden Bartoletti, to really put them up to 16-6.
And Union on the other side really going with the aerial attack here, switching between Tonga and Kilgris, something we didn't see last week where they just almost exclusively ran the ball with Adam Olson, but Woodinville so far able to keep Olson in check. Union back to receive.
And that is going to be fielded by Kellen Brown. Brown trying to find his way up the middle. Gets tripped up, and he's going to be brought down right at the Union Titan 34-yard line.
And Once again, Adam Olson, well, it looks like he's going to stay on the field here, just going in for the play call. See if they can get him in a rhythm. Kilgris back in under center.
Yeah, the Titans were able to go ahead and get on the board before the first half ended, with Blake Childreth able to go ahead and complete for the touchdown. Now, unfortunately, he did get injured on that play, and I see him on the sideline. He doesn't look like his helmet is with him, so that could be a big loss for the Titans if he doesn't come back today. That was Adam Olson with a 10-yard gain. It looks like 9-yard gain. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
And if Union's going to get back into this game, they are going to need Olson in his automatic 5. Replay coming up here. We do have a player down for Woodinville. That was certainly Olson's longest run of the night so far.
Yeah, here's that replay. You see Olson able to go ahead and find his way through the middle untouched into the secondary.
Great blocking from the Union offensive line. Able to open up some seams.
Kilgris in a quarterback once again. We've got Adam Olson, who's going to go ahead and take the handoff. Olson fighting his way up the middle. And it's going to be a gain of 3.
Lucas Redmond able to get a hand on him, but not able to completely stop him. First down, Titans. I don't know that we've seen Olson carry the ball twice in a row since early in the first quarter when Union went 3 and out. Let alone 3 times, but that's what they need.
Yeah, Olson unable to go ahead and break the corner. That's going to be for a loss. And that brings up 2nd down.
Devon Felton with the tackle.
Adam Olson checks out of the game. In comes Kason Specht as the running back for the Titans.
2nd and 12.
Kilgris hands this one off to Specht. Specht moving his feet downfield. He's going to bounce off a couple defenders. He finds his way out towards the sideline. And that's going to be a big gain for another Union Titan first down as that moves the chains.
Devon Felton with an absolutely monstrous hit. I have no idea how Specht stayed on his feet. Look at this replay here.
I don't know either. He looked like one of those rubber bouncy balls.
Look at that hit.
Knocked it backwards.
An excellent blocking. Great run from Specht there.
Yeah, I couldn't see who made that big block for the Titans, but it allowed Specht to get another 3-4 yards. Specht stumbles, trying to get out of the backfield.
And again, just refuses to go down.
Yeah.
Union's second half here has started run.
Well, and that's where they saw the success last week, too. That will be a loss of 1, so that brings up 2nd and 11 as Specht checks out of the game. In comes Adam Olson.
Specht looks a little shaken up, but no doubt we'll see him back on the field here shortly.
Kilgris hands this one off to Olson. Olson breaks it up the middle. That's going to be a gain of about 2. It brings up 3rd and 8.
Chase Balin with the solo tackle there, able to take him down. See if Union continues to attack the run here. 7 straight for him.
Yeah, Kilgariss has a split receiver set with 2 on the far side of the field. He looks to the near side. He's going to go ahead and decide to keep this one. Finds his way up the middle. It's going to be a short gain. Not enough for the first down. That's going to bring up 4th and 5. 4th and 6.
Lucas Redmond takes him down there. First passing play for Union. Opts into yet another run. Out to about the 33 is what it looks like. Union going for it here.
4th and 6. It looks like there was some miscommunication on the snap. Kilgariss able to go ahead and field this. He's going to throw this one away.
Woodinville is going to take over at their own 33. First passing play, official passing play for Union in the second half goes incomplete after a snap goes over and through the hands of Kilgariss.
Yeah, I don't know if there was some miscommunication between Kilgariss and the center there. Looks like Kilgariss wanted the ball a lot earlier than what he received it, and then the snap was just over his head.
Another byproduct of just running consistently for Union is they're just taking time off the clock consistently. Already 4.5 minutes taken off here after one drive. Woodinville takes over.
Sorensen drops back. He finds his receiver in the flat. That's Owen Milnes. Milnes able to go ahead and get some good yards after catch, and that's going to be a first down as they bring the ball out to their own 45-yard line.
Talon Bowknife takes him down there. Union gets to their, Woodinville gets to their own 45 here.
Sorensen and Hernandez. Sorensen's got really a 4 receiver set down here at the bottom of your screen. This one's handed off to Hernandez to the opposite side. Hernandez able to go ahead and get a gain of about 3. That's going to bring up 2nd and 7.
We saw a lot of Hernandez in the first half. Let's see if Woodinville goes back to him here.
You know, Woodinville has done a great job to run, and really the old adage is the run sets up the pass, and that's what we've seen so far tonight.
A couple of huge passes from Woodinville, like you said, just all set up by the rushing attack. Hernandez in the back again.
Sorensen looking left. Intended receiver. Was number 6, Rohan Darmaj. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
Ryan, talk to me a little bit about the Union defense. What are your thoughts so far here throughout the game, not just Q3?
Yeah, you know, they've done well. I mean, the problem is that you see their secondary really getting sucked into the run, and that's what's happening. It looks like they were almost called offsides there. As we talk about their defense, that's Adam Olson that comes up with a huge interception. He's going to bring that one back out to their own 45-yard line, and that's a big turnover for the Woodinville Falcons as Union will go ahead and take over.
Adam Olson doing it on the offensive side. There we see an interception, first turnover of the night for Woodinville.
Yeah, Sorensen just looking towards the center of the field, and Olson just steps in front. That ball was underthrown.
Nearly picked off by Talon Bowknife as well.
I want to know how you did that, Kyle. You asked me about their defense, and then they come up with an interception.
I wish I had an answer.
All right, so Union's going to go ahead and take the ball back over here on their own 45-yard line.
Does look like Armani Tonga's back in at QB. And that means Specht is in the backfield as well.
And that's going to be a false start on the Titans. That's going to go ahead and back them up 5.
Halfway through the third quarter here. Union facing 1st and 15, trailing by 10.
Tonga's got a split receiver set with Specht in the backfield. That's going to go ahead and get handed off to Specht. Specht tries to bounce himself off another defender as he gets picked up by his teammate. That's going to be a gain of 2. And that brings up 2nd and 8. I'm sorry, it was really a gain of 5. That's going to bring up 2nd and 8.
Specht is so hard to bring down. We've seen a couple plays here this quarter where he just refuses to be tackled.
I mean, it's really saying, Specht was only 5'9", 175. And the way that the Falcons have had trouble really bringing him down as he makes another run up the middle, and that's going to be enough for a Union Titan first down.
Specht is going to take a break here. We do have Adam Olson coming back on the field. There's a good look at Specht right there.
Tonga hands this one off to Olson. Olson fighting his way for every inch available there. Gets a gain of 2. It's going to bring up 2nd and 8 for the Titans. 4:30 left remaining in this third quarter.
Tight end Caleb Cruz comes off the field here.
Tonga trying the hard count, unsuccessful in drawing the Falcons offside. He's going to hand this one off to Olson. Olson up the middle for a gain of 3. That brings up 3rd and 5.
Fairly clean game as far as penalties go for Woodinville. Not fooled whatsoever.
Really for both teams. There hasn't been a lot of laundry on the field tonight. Falcons might have had 2 penalties in the first half, I think. This might have been Union's first for the night. That ball's handed off to Adam Olson. Olson tries to break it around to the outside. He's going to get ran out of bounds. There's a flag on the field, and that's going to be a hold for the Titans. That's going to go ahead and bring it back.
We do have a knack tonight for sort of calling our shot here.
Yeah,
First, we're talking about the lack of penalties immediately followed by a penalty.
What else do you want to see? I mean, if this is new power we got, it's a pretty cool power.
We have to use these powers for good. I think it'd be really cool if the Titans substituted in a giraffe, maybe. Let's just get weird with it. Let's see what
giraffe.
we're capable of.
I don't think anybody has that one on their bingo card. So the holding penalty is going to back the Titans up. It's going to be 3rd and 12 from the Woodinville 47-yard line.
Big play here for Tonga and the Titans.
Tonga looks back to pass, tries to find. That was Tobias Chappell over the middle. That ball's overthrown.
Pretty deep there. It does look like the punting unit's going to come on the field for Union. Talked about Specht quite a bit so far. He is on the bench. It looked like he was hurting pretty good out there. I'm not sure if we're going to see him for the rest of the game, but that would be another big loss for Union.
Joshua Fish, the punter for the Titans, gets this one off. And it takes a big Titans bounce. And ultimately, it looks like it went out about the 3-yard line. And they're going to spot it at the 1-yard line. Big punt for the Titans.
And that gets out to about what seems to be the 6.
Oh, it is the 6-yard line. I had my yardages off. But a good punt there for the Titans.
We've seen a couple of those inside the 10 for Fish. He is Truly one of the unsung heroes for the Titans tonight. I have yet to see a giraffe. I think our powers are limited, which is good for us and everyone, really.
I agree with that. It's like we had an injury on the Falcon side. He is up and moving, so good to see that. That was number 21, Devon Felton. He seems to be okay.
And he's been involved in quite a few plays as well. Hoping he's all right for the Falcons. He's another crucial element of the defense out there.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Falcons, starting on the 6. This ball's handed off to Hernandez. They're going to get a short gain of about 2. That brings up 2nd and 8.
Noah Cruz-Ross back there with the tackle. It did look like Sorensen and Hernandez have to start essentially on the goal line with how far back they are. Get a couple more yards to play with here. See if they keep feeding Hernandez.
This time Sorensen has a 4-receiver set. And he does keep it. He gets the ball out into the flat. That was number 8, Sawyer Munson. Munson able to go ahead and break out to the sideline. He's going to get pushed out of bounds right at the 18-yard line, and that's going to give him a 1st down.
Tobias Chappell takes him down there. That is going to be big 1st down for Woodinville. Clock continues to run as well. 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter here. This quarter feels like it's just flying by, mostly due just to the first 5 minutes where Union just continuously ran and churned clock.
Yeah, it has been a very fast quarter. Sawyer hands this one off to Hernandez. And that's going to be no gain. That brings up 2nd and 10.
Ryan Carl stops him right around the line of scrimmage. Woodinville's going to use every ounce of play clock they have here. Get it down to about a minute.
Sorensen drops back to pass, escapes the pocket. He's looking for an option. He does try to find Owen Milnes. Milnes unable to go ahead and bring that one in. That's going to be an incomplete pass. Sets up 3rd and 10.
Good coverage there from Luis Aguayo for the Titans. Stops the clock at 55 seconds in the 3rd quarter. One of very few time stoppages so far. 2nd half.
Yeah, as we get later, I mean, we're almost at the 4th quarter at this point. How much more is the Falcons going to go ahead and just keep the ball on the ground and try to move the clock as much as they can? I mean, in this 3rd quarter, each team really has only had possession once.
Seems to be their MO so far. We are going to get a flag on the play. False start, Woodinville. Pushing back to the 12-yard line.
Yeah, so that's going to bring up 3rd and 15.
We have seen Woodinville convert a couple times from this distance. This is by no means a defensive gimme for Union. Receivers scattered about for Woodinville.
Sorensen delayed handoff to Hernandez. Hernandez makes his way up the middle. He continues to move his feet. That's going to be a big gain. Takes him all the way out to the 25-yard line. Brings up 4th and 3.
Took legitimately 7 Union players to bring him down there. Replay.
You see there's just a delayed handoff. And Hernandez just cuts his way up the middle. He just keeps his legs moving downhill.
I counted 9 red shirts that tried to take him down there. Timeout Union. Again, this is something that we've seen from Titans coach before using his timeouts in the first and third quarter. We are looking at a punt with 16 seconds left in the third quarter. And no score here either in the second half yet.
No, I mean, neither team. I mean, the Titans did get into Falcon territory, but just barely on their first possession of the half. The Falcons haven't sniffed Union's territory yet.
Yeah, definitely the play has been exclusively on the left side of the field here.
This is a new punter for the Falcons. This is Justin Markey. He's sitting right on the 12-yard line. And the punt is off. And it floats off to the left side just out of bounds. And they're going to mark that out of bounds at the, waiting for it, the 45-yard line.
So Union's going to stay inside Woodinville territory here. 10 seconds left.
It's a good shot of the Union High School band.
One thing to note, Union is looking directly into the sun for the next 10 seconds. Fourth quarter there, it's going to be Woodinville having to face that.
All right, Union starts this drive inside Falcon territory at the 45. This ball's handed off to Adam Olson. Olson trying to find his way through the middle. He's only going to go ahead and get a gain of 1. We did have a new quarterback for the game tonight for the Titans. Checks in is Blake McDonald, number 15 for the Titans.
We did see him to kick off the season for Union. We have not seen him so far tonight.
Yeah, he played the first quarter last week, and that was all we saw. After that, the time was split between Kilgris and Tonga. As we mentioned earlier, they are still trying to figure out who has that QB1 spot for the Titans.
Yeah, let's see if they continue with McDonald here, give him a shot to claim that QB1 spot. Union band trying to spark the crowd here and the players. Going to get a good look at some long shadows here. You're going to be able to see we are on the cusp of sunset. Second and 9 for the Titans on the Woodinville 44.
Blake McDonald comes out with a 3-receiver set. He's got Adam Olson lined up just off to his left. McDonald drops back, finds his receiver in the flat. And that's Kellen Brown. Kellen Brown makes a great move, bounces out to the outside.
Blaine Hager spins him around, takes him down. But Union is going to get a fairly decent chunk here, looking about 18 yards replay.
We're going to see this replay, but there is a flag on the play. It looks like it might be a hold. This was right back at the 45-yard line. This is going to be moved back.
Did look like Braden Bartoletti got held up right on the far side of that play. Real bummer for the Titans because that was a nice little gain. That's going to be third and be second and 19.
Yeah, second and 19 from their own 46. McDonald drops back to pass. He finds Kellen Brown. Brown stopped right inside Falcons territory at the 45-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd and 10.
Big tackle from Navon Felton there. He's been involved in several plays for Woodinville. Big 3rd down here for Union.
McDonald drops back to pass, finds Kellen Brown wide open. That ball was tipped. A great defensive play.
Yet again, Felton on the coverage there.
If that ball was just aired out a little bit more, it would have been 6 for the Titans. Kellen Brown wide open, creating some space from Felton.
Yeah, great look, great read there from quarterback McDonald. But yet again, just Felton from the get-go, first play of the game, gets a hand on the pass from Union, and more of the same here back in the 4th quarter now.
So that brings up 4th and 10. Titans decide to go ahead and go for it in 4-down territory. McDonald finds the big tight end right through the middle, and he's going to break his way all the way down into a touchdown. That's Caleb Cruz, the tight end for the Titans, with the reception and the touchdown. That brings the score to 12.
And that's going to tighten up the score line here.
Love it. Love it.
Extra point here would put Union down by just a field goal. Now remember, they did miss an extra point on their previous score.
They did. This is Joshua Fish lining up for the extra point. This hold is good, and the kick is good by 30 yards.
Yeah,
no doubt about that one. That makes the score 13. Union Titans down by a field goal. Here we're going to go ahead and see the replay. It's Caleb Cruz finding his space through the middle. And nothing but an empty highway to the end zone.
Yeah, able to throw Jonah Levengood off the route there, forcing him to take an inefficient route to get the tackle, but just too quick for Cruz. Cruz into the end zone. 10:46 left in the 4th quarter. Union outscoring Woodinville here 7-0 in the second half, but still trailing by 3.
Yeah, with Woodinville Falcons only having a 3-point lead down, I wonder how that's going to change their offensive scheme. Are they still going to try to just hold on to the ball and milk as much off the clock as they can?
I would think so. The rushing attack for them has been working. Union's defense, though, holding firm.
This ball is fielded by Bartoletti. Bartoletti struggled to get a hold of it. He's going to take it and be down where he was able to recover it right on their 21-yard line, 22-yard line as the Falcons take over.
Pretty good break there from Union. And again, just both these kickers kind of forcing awkward interactions on the returns.
Drew Sorensen hands this off to Hernandez. Hernandez is able to go ahead and break away out from the outside. He's got no one in front of him. He does get tripped up.
Olsen playing hero yet again. Takes him down, but big run from Hernandez. Getting to about exactly the 40-yard line.
Yeah, Olsen made a huge play there to get a hand on Hernandez. As you see here in this replay, Hernandez just bounces himself to the outside. He's able to follow his blockers.
Now look at that blocking, too. Just superb stuff from Woodinville there. Just barely trips him up.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 as the Falcons find their way into Titan territory. This is handed off to Hernandez again. This time Hernandez stopped with only a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, Tobias Jacob takes him down real quick.
Hernandez lined up just to the left of Sorensen. Sorensen keeps this one. He's going to go ahead and try to find, or he does find, Rohan Darmaj, and that's going to be really a loss of yards. It brings them back to 3rd and 10.
Bo Newman wraps him up, and I have to imagine if Sorensen didn't get that ball out as soon as he did, he was going to get taken down real quick by just a slew of Titans.
Yeah.
Big 3rd down for both teams here.
Sorensen rolls out to the right. Looking downfield, he's able to go ahead and find Owen Milnes.
Does force
not going to be enough for the 1st down.
Does force his receiver to come back on the wrong side of the 1st down marker, but what a tackle there from Kellen Brown. Wraps him up and refuses to give him those extra 3 yards.
Yeah, that's going to bring up 4th and 3. What we've seen previously tonight is that they're going to go ahead and go for it here on 4th down.
Now, this could be one of those situations, too, where they disguised a punt in the 1st quarter. This one does not look like they're going to do the same. They're just going to go for it here. Have to imagine this is going right to Hernandez.
Yeah, play clock down to 3. Sorensen goes ahead and airs this one out. And it is caught by Sawyer Munson. And Munson finds his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
What an unbelievable catch there for Woodinville. Over the shoulder, incredible throw, but what a catch. That catch is so difficult.
Yeah, I mean, the catch is certainly difficult. The throw was fantastic by Drew Sorensen. I think everybody thought that the ball was going to go to Hernandez to get his usual 3-4 yards and move the chains. Instead, Sorensen fires one into the end zone and finds Sawyer Munson.
And the crowd just goes absolutely silent here at McKenzie Stadium. That is the 2nd touchdown scored by Woodinville on a 4th down. Woodinville is going to be forced to bring on another player here.
Looks like to be an equipment issue.
Connor Sybrant coming onto the field.
Gavin Watts, the kicker for the Falcons, going to attempt this extra point. Watts 2 for 3 tonight in extra points. And the kick was not good, but we've got a flag on the field.
We have differing opinions. Both of the field goal refs raised their hands like the kick was good. The white hat,
I think this is going to be retried.
I believe they're going to say the holder, this is going to be a penalty, okay.
It's going to be a false start on the Falcons. They're going to go ahead and retry the extra point.
Yeah, it looked like 3 different opinions there. This is going to make this a difficult kick.
So Gavin Watts is going to go ahead and try this again, this time from 5 yards further back. Oh, and that snap was no good. Watts is going to go ahead and fall on it.
Maybe a late hit from Union is what the referee's signaling. If that is the case, that is going to be a tough break for the Titans.
They do call a personal foul on the Titans. And then we've got another flag, and that's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct for Coach Payne. That's some choice words.
Yeah, Union with a couple of bad breaks last week. A late hit may be added to the list here. Frustrated Coach Payne taking it out on the Zebras out there. You can hear the crowd too, just not too thrilled with the decision out there. That's Adam Olson trying to talk to Coach Payne there too. It's a replay of the snap, and
the snap's just over the head of the holder. Yeah, I mean, the hit by Tobias Chappell, he did lead with the crown of his helmet.
a little late too.
It was a little late. Here's a replay of the touchdown here. We haven't seen this yet. And Sorensen just finds Sawyer Munson.
Sawyer Munson able to keep his eye on the ball the whole time. That is one of the most difficult catches you will see.
Yeah, great throw by Sorensen. Even better catch by Munson. Results in 6 points. We're still trying to figure out the extra point situation.
So the kick is no good.
All right, so the penalties are applied to the kickoff. So the Falcons are going to kick this football off from the Union Titans' own 30-yard line.
This is probably going like 40 yards out of the end zone, right? This is just going to be a little squib.
I think a squib is really the only option you have. And a squib it is. And it's going to go out of bounds, so that's going to come out to the 35-yard line for the Titans. That really could be the worst-case scenario for the Falcons. I mean, you kick it out of the end zone, it's brought out to the 20. If it hits a Titans player, right, more than likely they're just going to fall on it at that point. Instead, the ball goes out of bounds. And so that's going to be brought out to the 35-yard line.
We've seen a couple things in Union's first two games. We've had the luxury of covering Union's first two games of the season. We've seen so many things I've never seen before on a football field where...
Well, it looks like the ball, sorry, Kyle, but it looks like the ball's being spotted at the 25-yard line. It looks like they're talking about it, though, trying to figure exactly where this ball's supposed to be spotted.
Have to believe they're going to take the, I guess, step off the penalty from the 20 still? The last, I guess, the touchdown play, the extra point, the kickoff, those three combined have lasted for longer than the entire third quarter.
Yeah. So they spotted this ball at the 15. Things have gotten weird.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we're playing by football rules anymore We're going to see what happens for the next 7:45.
Blake McDonald is in for quarterback for the Titans. He decides to keep this one. He's looking downfield, and he's scrambling away. He gets outside of the pocket. He's making a run. He finally goes into a slide at the Titan 28-yard line, and that's going to be enough for a first down.
Yet again, Lucas Redmond takes him down. Jalen Coleman also gets a hand on him. Got a player down for the Falcons. We're going to take a quick break here, make sure he's all right.
So we've got 7:33 left in the game. Titans are down by 9. So it's a 2-possession game. The Titans are going to have to find a way to get points quick, whether it's a field goal, whether it's a touchdown, but they've got to do it quick in order to go ahead and get the ball back.
We know they're capable of it with the 4th down touchdown earlier in the game to Caleb Cruz. But Union's MO is just ground and pound, and it's been working in the second half to an extent. But that's gonna kill time you really don't have.
Now, I have noticed that with Blake McDonald at quarterback, they have thrown the football a lot more.
Definitely.
So McDonald does hand this one off to Adam Olsen. Adam Olsen tries to break out around the outside corner. He's brought down at the 31-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 3 in 2nd and 7.
Chase Balin with the tackle there. Out to the 31 now. You can see Navon Felton here guarding what seems to be 2 receivers. Woodinville lining up now. Blaine Hager in the secondary.
McDonald's got a 3-receiver set. 2 down here is the near side of your screen. And McDonald's going to go ahead and find a completion to number 12, Bo Newman.
From the get-go, that was going to be the play regardless with Navon Felton. He's been defensively just unstoppable out there, but he can't guard 2 people.
No. That brings up 3rd and 3. McDonald hands this one off to Olsen, and Olsen is stopped in his track before he even gets to the line of scrimmage. And that's going to be a loss of 1.
It looked like Connor Seibert first to hit him, but Lucas Redmond, been mentioning that name a lot. He takes him down. 4th down, 5:40 left in the game. Union trailing by 9. Ryan, like you mentioned, they need a quick score. See if they get it here. They have to go for it.
You've got Kellen Brown down here on the near side as the wideout. McDonald looking for Brown. Brown's able to go ahead and get enough for the first down. Not able to get out of bounds. It will temporarily stop the clock as they move the chains.
Felton takes him down, but did give him a ton of space. Big conversion there for the Titans.
McDonald hands this one off to Speck. Speck continuing to move his feet. He's going to go ahead and get a gain of 9. That brings up 2nd and 1 as the Titans move into Falcons territory.
Good to see Speck back in the game. Huge element for the Titans, but he did not look like he was feeling him 100% here in the 3rd quarter. But back in action now.
Brown and Newman as the double set receivers to McDonald's left. He finds Tobias Chappell. Chappell finds his way through the middle, breaks a couple tackles. He's ultimately brought down at the 27, 28-yard line. That's going to be enough for a first down as they move deep into Falcons territory.
Gavin Watts, who's played all 3 phases of the field for Woodinville, takes him down. Great heads-up play there from McDonald. And that's the play Union needed to make this a game. 4 minutes left now.
The clock is ticking. McDonald picks that one up off the turf. Finds Newman for a short gain of 5.
Levengood and Coleman take him down.
The Titans have to speed things up. McDonald is continuing to get plays from the sideline.
Union should only have 2 timeouts left, and we're down below 3.5 minutes now. A couple of bad snaps, but recovered by McDonald, wide open.
McDonald finds Landon Jenkins for the touchdown. And that's the strike they needed to come within striking distance. This is still a 2-position game. Looks like the Titans are going to go ahead and go for the extra point.
You have to think that with this fourth quarter performance from McDonald, he's secured that QB1 position.
It depends what they want to do, though.
That's a great point. That is a great point.
Right, because he's not the scrambler that Kilgris or Tonga is. And so really it depends what type of offensive scheme does Titans want to continue to run with for the season. The kick for Fish is going to go ahead and be good. That brings the score within 2.
Yeah, having those tools to shuffle between those options is such a luxury for Union.
We'll see the replay here as McDonald picks the ball up off the turf and finds Jenkins. Really no one within, 3 or 4 yards of him wide open. He's able to bring the catch in for the touchdown.
Yeah, that's a couple of rough snaps for Union, but McDonald able to corral both of them and get some big gains there. Let's see what the defense can do now for Union. We saw a similar situation last week. Close game, clock running out. Union not able to kick the field goal under controversial terms, of course, but let's see if they're in a similar situation tonight, if they can get the ball back.
Yeah, so we talked about it. Union's got 2 timeouts left. With the way that the Falcons have been able to hold on to the ball, right, and they haven't been real successful on the defensive side of the ball, the Titans I'm talking about. Do you attempt the onside kick at this point? Or is it too early?
I don't think they need to. I think trust your defense. Let's see what happens.
I mean, the Falcons are lined up ready for it.
Yeah, Hernandez, the solo fielder back there.
Fish does decide to go ahead and go deep. This one's going to go out of the end zone. So the Falcons will start their drive on their own 20-yard line with 3:16 remaining in this football game.
I like the call there. I appreciate the trust that coach is putting in his defense here. Let's see if they can hold up their side. 22-20, Union trails. 3:16 left in the game here.
Coach Payne trying to get the crowd involved.
We have seen a fumble and an interception from Woodinville tonight, so Union's capable of collecting some turnovers. Hernandez gets the handoff.
He's going to go ahead and get a gain of 5. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Tackled by Cameron Roy.
The clock continues to run. We're sitting at 3 minutes and counting left in the football game. And at each play clock resets at 40 seconds once the ball's spotted. Sorensen hands this one off to Hernandez. Hernandez is going to go ahead and just get a game of 1. And Union's going to go ahead and call a timeout. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4. 2:32 left in the football game.
And Latoya in the backfield there, we mentioned his name several times, but he is just unstoppable back there, making huge tackles when it counts. .232 here. Biggest play of the game for both teams here. Woodinville gets the first down. They essentially close out the game. Union able to stop it. Things get very interesting.
Yeah, Union's got 1 timeout remaining. Here we go, 3rd and 4. The ball is handed off to Hernandez. Hernandez makes his way upfield. It's going to depend on the spot. It looks like that he did get enough to go ahead and move the chains and get a first down. And that is the case. So that brings up 1st and 10 on the 31-yard line, 2:26 remaining, ain't counting.
Woodinville just going to keep feeding the ball to Hernandez. Trying to just kill the last 2:10 of the game here.
I mean, it is possible for Union to go ahead and get a stop still. If they are successful in that, it doesn't leave much time for him. The ball's handed off to Hernandez. Hernandez makes his way up the middle once again. He's able to break a few tackles. That's going to turn into a 9-yard gain and brings up 2nd and 1.
Coach is going to continue to let the clock run here. Strategically holding on to that final timeout. Union trailing by 2. This is a big yard for Woodinville. Woodinville looking to get their first win of the year under freshman quarterback Drew Sorensen.
Hernandez takes it in the backfield. He's going to get stopped. Looks like short of the line. It's going to be close. They are going to go ahead and stop the clock at 1:02. And they are going to call it was enough for the first down. That brings up a new set of downs.
Mathematically now. This is looking like a Woodinville win here tonight.
Yeah, all Woodinville has to do now is go ahead and take a knee, and they have secured the victory. Now, we have seen crazier things happen. We've seen fumbled handoffs. We've seen fumbled snaps tonight. Who knows what could happen?
Remember, in the 3rd quarter, that giraffe ran out on the field. Anything could happen tonight.
Sorensen not taking the ball under center. And he's going to go ahead and take a knee.
Union going to use their last timeout.
20 seconds left.
You know, Union has been in, again, we've had the luxury of covering both of their games so far to start the season. Margin of defeat, 5 points split between 2 games. I'm sorry,
4 points.
3 points.
Oh, it was 3 points, yeah.
They lost in overtime by 1 last week, 2 tonight.
Yeah, I mean,
and they've been involved in some entertaining games, though.
They have. I mean, the Titans are right there. I mean, they could have very easily started this season 2-0. Instead, they're looking at it 0-2. And you take a look at last week. Last week it was some mistakes, right? Some turnovers. Tonight they got beat, and it was a close game tonight, and they certainly fought and everything else. They just couldn't stop the run. And Santiago Hernandez tonight, I think that was the big difference.
Definitely. Yeah, and just an awkward first quarter really for Union, where if you take a couple plays, just a couple of mental lapses out of that first quarter, they come away with the victory tonight. What we're going to end up with here, though, is a Woodinville 22-20 victory.
And Sorensen is going to go ahead and take a knee for the final time tonight. And that is going to make this final as the clock continues to run off 2 triple zeros. It's going to be Woodinville Falcons 22, Union High School Titans 20. And that's our final tonight. Kyle, that was a very entertaining game.
It was, yeah. I'm, that halftime speech, what are you telling, man? We are this close.
Yeah.
A couple of things to tighten up here going into league play, but, man, Union just on the opposite side of victory both times here.
Yeah, and I guess that's the positive for Union, right? I mean, you still league play hasn't opened yet, so there's still all the opportunity in the world to go ahead and make the playoffs. Their season is still has some great outlook to it, so we'll see what comes in coming weeks. We will go ahead and we will see you. We've got 20-minute warm-up time before the next game. It was supposed to start at 7:30, so it could be starting closer to that. So we will see you back here for game number 2. We've got Puyallup High School versus Evergreen. We'll see you in a bit.